How did I feel about college classes? Well, I have a master's degree in computer science. I feel like I got good use out of my time and money for my bachelor's degree. If I had it to do over again, I wouldn't have gotten the master's degree. But yeah, first of all, I'm not a Zoomer, so I avoided some amount of the indoctrination where it's like lefties have basically captured the institutions, especially colleges. Also, it's kind of hard to push leftist bullshit in a hard science because you're too busy learning things that matter and not like underwater feminist basket weaving or whatever it is that they're teaching people these days. I mean, they tried to push some of that crap on us, but it was mostly in like general elective type crap that you had to take. Zoom. Zoom zoomy. I'll have you know, Zoomers, I will mow your lawn at 6 a.m. Just like the meme. CS needs diversity classes now. I'm so fucking glad that I escaped that nonsense. I would love to give further opinions on that whole topic, but I have a feeling if I started talking openly, I would just be banned, so I guess I won't do that. Yeah, don't threaten me with a good time. Mow my lawn, bro. Haven't had any diversity classes? Surprising. Very dangerous tapaku. Yes. Yes, indeed. Well, I mean, it's one of those things where if you don't agree with the gestalt on it, then suddenly you very quickly become Satan. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that, because if discussion was allowed on that kind of thing, you might have some people having some forbidden thoughts about it, you know? But if you can program people to have a knee-jerk reaction of, oh no, you know, anytime you question anything related to that stuff, then, you know, that's the end of the discussion, isn't it? Yeah, if you don't get the useless piece of paper, then they probably don't let you graduate, you know? Unless you're referring to the diploma as the useless piece of paper. You're ready to become a corporate drone? Hell yeah. Based. Oh my god. Anybody who works in an HR department can fuck right off, frankly. Please leave my stream right now if you work for HR and never come back. There's a 10,000 bits tax on anybody who works for HR if you want to stay in the stream. Yeah, I guess that makes sense for shenanigans. I mean, the amount of stuff, have you ever actually sat and looked at some of the stuff that you see in the, oh, this is what we want you to have for, to get hired here. If you add it up, sometimes they want like 1,000 years experience in stuff. It's like literally impossible. Like, bro, I'm competent. I can teach myself anything I don't know. Just hire me, you know. It's kind of how computer science works. We just got acquirement. Let's see what we can get. I think we just have regular boots. Let's see. Yeah, we have +1 boots. Yeah, 15 years experience. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen it. It's hilarious. I remember one time I think it was the guy who invented Ruby on Rails was looking at this thing and he was like, you know, I invented this and I don't have enough experience with Ruby on Rails to to qualify for this position. I don't know if it was Ruby on Rails. It was something like that, though. Well, exactly, Gary Burton. That's the thing. I always tell you, like, I always told my students, I was like, we're not going to teach you how to program in every language or whatever. We're barely going to teach you how to program. What we're going to teach you is how to teach yourself stuff. You know, that's when I was a TA. I mean, because I worked as a TA in grad school and ran computer science labs and things. We're picking up the boots. I will certainly take another pip of RF. That means I can, I was going to say that means I can drop the RF ring, but it looks like I already did that. But yeah, I mean, you're not going to get far in computer science if you can't teach yourself new things. It's just the nature of the game. It's an ever-changing field. Unless you want to go program COBOL for the rest of your life, then your job is secure. I will just bowl over Mara. Notice it's your boots. Oh, whoa, what's this? Indecent exposure, I see. Ha ha ha. Oh, whoa, oh, whoa, ooh, woo. Please clip that garbage out of context and make fun of me about it later. Very much appreciate it. When you have Arga, you can tab into Mara and win, I guess. I mean, this is, like I said, this run, I said from the beginning, it's going to be a milk run. We're just taking the addition to the streak, really, for tournament purposes and for world record purposes. I don't usually give myself these really easy games, but once in a while it's okay. I mean, if you notice my world record streak, if I were to scroll up, you don't really see a whole lot of DD in there, do you? There's like a DD assassin, also known as a brigand now. There's an artificer, and I think that's it. This is only the third DD of the entire streak, so yeah. I'll always have a DD soft spot. Yeah, historically, when I first started learning to streak this game, first I tried to streak centaurs, and then I tried to streak deep dwarves. And that kind of taught me the ins and outs of the game in easy mode, so to speak. And I think I almost got the, I almost achieved the world record with just like deep dwarves, but in my mind that would not have counted. Because, I mean, you compare my streak to Elliptic's old streak, which I duplicated actually for my streak up to about the 34th win, wherever Spriggan Enchanter is, up to here. I mean, if you look at this, this was Elliptic's world record streak before I took it. It's some pretty decently difficult things, especially all these scalds, I guess. Some easy combos in here, like Minotaur Warper, but nothing, you know, nothing that looks like it was farmed. I try to avoid that with my streak. I don't want to just farm up a bunch of easy wins in a row. I wonder if he's still playing. He was at 34 wins in his new streak. Yeah, he surpassed his old streak, but it's just like there's less difficult combos in there. Empty Chest says he's done with mines. Clear D15. Now what? Yeah, you go to an S branch, either shoals or swamp or spider or snake. I own 1% of the streak. How many bitcoins is that worth, Rogue Shenanigans? Are you going to sell your stake? Alright, we OTAB mode now, baby. Oh, he's a holder, I see. Till the crash when the streak breaks. Oh no. There's Amulet of Reflection. We don't want the amulet. I want to turn off amulets forever. Just like stop picking this crap up. Actually, wait a minute. I do want to pick it up because it's going to pick up artifacts. I don't want to miss one. So never mind. Whoa. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, they didn't take away Banish on Disto. They took away Telly, I think. Maybe. We're on Abyss 3. We're next to the Rune Vault, actually. By the way, did you see the thing about how it changed to BRs? So now there's this hilarious happenstance where, like, hey, look at this. Apparently I played a High Elf Brigand. No, I agree entirely. That was a good change, doesn't he? Totally played a High Elf Brigand. Definitely a real combo. Okay, I went the wrong way. It's off to the left. It's inside that little area there. Ah, piss. I'm just gonna dig in. Maybe it'll work. Oh no! Constricted. How many might potions do we have? 6 of them. I'm gonna use one. Just in case. Ice blasting so I don't get paralyzed. How... Gosh, whose bright idea was it to give these guys grasping roots? Not a fan, I have to say. Oh, no. I'm gonna fear. I just don't want to be paralyzed. It would be super bad if I were to be paralyzed. Pretty weird order. What do you mean for vaults? Oh, your first 5 wins, I see. Okay, I used Tremor Stones. I was kind of hoping to kill the Hornet. Instead we killed the Elf, which is fine. This guy has a Rapier of Distortion. You gotta be shitting me. 2 of them, in fact. That's gotta be hard set. So let's make a box of beasts. He blinked, my guy. see, Gary always suggests the box after I'm already using it. We're gonna Phantom Mirror this fella. Maybe he can blink this dude away from me a bit. I'm just gonna swing. We're just gonna take him down. They always have 2 of the same weapon. You know, I actually didn't know that. I thought they could have different ones. Shows how much attention I've played all these years. Or paid, rather. I think that is actually set for Abyss, though. For certain rune vaults. Hey, Barakian Fighter is a super legit combo. There's some real challenge to it, even though it's like got great aptitudes and is super good in melee, due to the slow speed. So that's a really respectable first win. We are marked, and I don't give a shit. Maybe I should. Oh my god, that guy's mited. That's okay. How would I feel about a species with slow movement but innate pass wall? I personally am not a huge fan of pass wall. I generally avoid it because using it gets me killed, but I'm sure somebody who is better at intelligently using that spell would like it. I think you've got like a... Well, I guess I want to say it's a wacky version of Formicid, but that's not quite right either, because they aren't slow. Oh man, if you had the ability to just walk through walls, that would be pretty interesting. But again, I guess that's kind of like Formicid. I still kind of like the idea of an int species that can turn on an ability that temporarily turns every wall or stone, rock or stone or any kind of wall around him into a forest, and then he gets like a version of pass wall that lets him pass through forests. I was basically shitposting that idea in your Discord, but upon further retrospect, upon further thought, I think maybe it might be a cool idea. How challenging would I consider Naga Fighter to be? Well, again, fighters are a pretty strong start, but kind of the same as Barakian, where you've got slow movement speed, so the mid-game and the end-game are going to be a serious problem unless you play carefully. So yeah, I would consider that reasonably challenging. Probably harder than Barakian since you don't have the hop and you move a little bit slower. And your aptitudes aren't quite as good. Naga Fighter has harder earlier than later game? You think so? I guess they have the spit, but I think all things considered, I think I'd rather be a Barakian on D1 than a Naga, due to the better aptitudes and the hop. And the thing is, like, I don't care how good your AC or whatever is from the barding, you know, being slow is a big problem versus stuff like Torment and Hellfire, regardless of your defenses. I see what you're saying, though, and Constrict is really strong, no question about it. I think I just value, I value Barakian hop more, and the fact that there's more boots than bardings. Just find lightning scales, does that still exist? Well, let's go down. One of these fellas had Disto. There he is. I normally don't do this, but I don't want to be blinked, so... Wow, it didn't blow them all up. Okay. I'm literally just going to train all this stuff. I'll even turn evocations on, I guess. And then we'll just ignore the training for the rest of the game. Come on, please don't blink me. You blinked me. You blinked me even though I told you not to. In fact, the one guy that I wanted to kill, there he is, taunting me with his continued breath. Just walk away, bro. We will. In fact, we're probably going to teleport. I wanted to stare dance as the thing, but... oh well. You don't have LCS, do you? You might. 240 damage. That's okay, I've tallied. Your lack of R-elect terrifies you. Alright, we'll pop on the resist. We'll go ahead and use haste. I probably should have done that first. We'll go ahead and use might, and we'll just clean up this part of the floor. Kinda lame. No Storm Dragon Scales. We got Gold Dragon Scales, the one time on a Deep Dwarf that I don't really want them. There they are. I don't need that stuff. What are you talking about, bro? I have RF+++ right now and our poise. Well, actually, I have RF++ and our poise. I do not need any of the resistances on there. Our poise is covered by my ring. I suppose I could swap rings if I did that. But I have RF+ from my amulet. That's not going away. I have RF+ from my boots. That's not going away. I mean, I agree it'd be cool to swap the ring off, but... I look at jewelry, which is also rings, the only thing that would really be worth swapping to would be the ring of AC, +4 ring of AC down there. Maybe our core, I guess, to get corrosion resist back after taking off this armor. Gonna be real sneaky and try to fight things piecemeal, you know. but I don't really need to be so careful. This is a very, well, I don't know, man. 30 AC, 24 EV, that's good, but wouldn't exactly call it a powerhouse. Arga lets us kind of brutalize everything and kill things so fast that we get the Makhleb heals, but believe me, we could still have a big-ass issue. Let me, speaking of big-ass issues, let's make sure we kill both these guys quickly. Man, I'm so butthurt. By Susan died and the Storm Dragon, just the generic Storm Dragon. No scales. No scales. Come on, man. Okay, we are back at Vaults 4. Very sneaky mechanical keyboard. Ryan, you gotta come to one of my typing streams sometime rather. It's a better shield. We just upgraded our shield a bit. Mr. Ostrom, how you doing, man? What's up, my friend? There was a period where I wasn't using the keyboard. What a dark time that was. I was on a laptop, streaming almost entirely from that. Oh, we're gonna enchant the shield probably after all this. Tremor stones, maybe? Yeah! Insta-kill the Shining Eye based Xbox controller. Hell yeah. I actually play DCSS with a Guitar Hero controller. And anybody who doesn't do that, if you have a streak, your streak doesn't count. You don't know this, but I'm yeah, I have the DK bongos as well. Play via blockchain, the slowest game of Crawl. It needs to be banana. Is there what? Is there a banana? Acquirement. Oh hey, there's a ring that solves my RLX issues. That's an amazing ring. Are you kidding me? Look at that thing. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, maybe I will just go... Well, I think I'm going to keep the chainmail on, actually. I could go wear the gold dragon scales. I want to have our poise all the time, though, is the thing. I'm a greedy ghost when it comes to resistances. And the thing is that if I keep this chainmail on, I will have decent EV, which I won't have in the golden armor, and I'll have ore core all the time, which is not it's not necessary, but it's one of those things that's just kind of cool to have. Really helpful. I don't need to poop myself if I see a Caustic Shrike pack. Oh my god. That's EV -4. We're not going to wear that. Kind of cool that it's got RF++ and our poise on it, but we just don't need it right now. Yeah, I don't like Oculuses, mainly because they partnered with Facebook, so if Mark Zuckerberg decides he doesn't like your politics, you now have a several $100 piece of plastic in your bedroom. Seriously, man. We are living in a sort of hell world, and a lot of us don't even realize it. That's already been broken by Hackermans? Well, good! Good. You buy a physical piece of equipment and you try to tell me that I can't play games on it because you didn't like something I said on the internet. Are you fucking kidding me? Especially for like a single player experience. Talk about evil, man. But that's why I just refused even thinking about dumping money on Oculus, because I knew this would happen as soon as I found out they partnered with Facebook. I was like, this shit is inevitable, you know? Why would I tie my fate to what Mark Zuckerberg of all people thinks is appropriate? I'd have to be brain dead. Yes, you can't use your Oculus if you get banned from Facebook. I'm not making this up, man. It's real. Sure. Well, if that happened to me, you would see me filing a chargeback through my bank, because you better believe that I'm not going to let them charge me money for something that I can't use. It is incredible. I saw this kind of thing coming from the very second, many years ago at this point, that, what's the company, what's the, Assassin's Creed company? Somebody refresh my memory. I don't remember, but they were one of the first people, Ubisoft. Ubisoft was one of the first people who made a single-player game. They may have been the very first. They made one of the Assassin's Creeds online only. And there was a hubbub about it, and I predicted right then and there that it was going to not just be that, it was going to be way worse than that, because later you would end up having to log into shit, and they would end up banning you over having the wrong opinion, and then suddenly you can't use some stuff that you purchased. And people laughed, man. They were like, oh, what do you want to do? Play Assassin's Creed while you're on your laptop on a plane? Haha. You know, it's like, just get a life, get Wi-Fi, whatever. Well, this is what ends up happening, man. You spend hundreds of dollars on something and it's not actually yours. Don't do that. Respect yourself more. Don't give these people money. Don't give people money as like a reward for insulting you. Hey man, at least in the roguelike community, I'm not having money robbed from me. I just have to deal with douchebags 24/7. But I take an almost perverse pleasure out of ranting about bad people, so joke's on them. Wait until Zuck buys DCSS. The Palantonga Wanderer, he won. I did 4 runes and then I won. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and enchant. It's gonna be shield, it's gonna be nothing else, I guess. Some might say you can play most single-player games without having money being taken from you. That's true. I mean, the thing is, look, maybe I'm just an old man boomer, but I really do feel that most of the best games that were ever made, or at least a lot of them, are in the past and are very easily available online. I'm not telling you to pirate anything. I would never tell you to do that. But you can get things for very, very cheap legally. You know, emulation and whatnot. So you don't have to be beholden to these big companies spitting in your face. Sony, for example, selling you a piece of hardware and then telling you certain things that you can't do with it. Well, in that case, I have to wonder if it would even be illegal to download the ROM, even if you don't own it. Green Eggs and Slam, although it's not, don't consider that to be advice or anything. I've never heard of anyone being, Mr. Awesome, this is actually a relatively old thing. The PS3, when they first put it out, you could install other operating systems on it, but then they pushed out an update and turned that functionality off. They had a whole class action lawsuit about it, which I think they lost. But instead of allowing that functionality again, they just like paid a fine or something and kept it the way it was. There's no legal precedent regarding abandonware. Well, doesn't the copyright slip at some point? Well, that's the thing, is a lot of the best games these days, the new ones, the ones that are not old, are made by these tiny little studios, you know? How many hours have I already gotten out of FTL, for example, or Enter the Gungeon? That wasn't an Ubisoft or a Bethesda. That wasn't a Sony. It was just like basically a GarageBand studio, you know? Yeah, gameplay first games are absolutely dead, AAA-wise, for sure. Either it's a thin excuse to push politics down your throat, or it's just as much of a cash grab as humanly possible. And if you're trying to make as much of a cash grab as humanly possible, you are not pandering to the people who care about gameplay. You are pandering to an entirely different set of people. Can't think of any good AAA games, neither can I. For a long time, actually. Druckmann just taking a big steamy shit all over The Last of Us. Alright, what's up, buddy? Please do not Jory high roll me. First we use Condenser Vein and watch as Poison Gas does nothing for us. Then we use Acid Wand. Says he was splashed with acid, but we didn't get the debuff. Let's try again. Jory can do big boy damage, let me tell you. There it is, there's the crystal. Oh no! Still not enough damage to kill me in one hit with the next one, so we'll keep attacking. Got him. Isn't there a character in the game who looks suspiciously like Druckmann, who spits on Joel or whatever his name was, like right after he dies? Spoilers, by the way. I mean, that game has been out for months, if not like a year by now, so if you were trying to not be spoiled, then you probably should have bought the game, you know, a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, it's just, it was a metaphor for him shitting on the fan base, or spitting on them if you want to be nicer. Oh, Jesus Christ. Please don't remind me. Has there ever been a good sex scene in a video game? Especially when they tried to animate it with 3D. Yeah, exactly, doesn't he? You need to know how they ruined the story, so you know not to spend money on that pile of trash. Didn't they win some kind of award and everybody just called bullshit? They were like, no, they didn't. This is rigged. Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe those competitions are run fairly, personally. But hey, maybe I'm just a conspiracy theorist. Personally, I'm of the mind, if there is money to be made from doing something, somebody's doing it. Okay, if I felt like this character was maybe having any kind of trouble whatsoever, I'd roll into hell and pick up the Horn of Geryon, but I can't fool with it. Sony's dying good! I hope they fucking go out of business. I hate that company. They go on Twitter and act like it's not a big deal that people were burning down, you know, entire cities basically over the course of the last year, chastising people in this sort of like obnoxious woke brand horse shit that you see from every single company. No, I hope they all go out of business. I hope all of these companies do, but Sony has been particularly obnoxious about it. They have the hottest console, do they? No games, though. Oh shit, stop tabbing. Oh no. Oh no. Fully charged. Yeah, they like chastised this guy who was saying, gee, maybe it's not good that these people are being allowed to burn down buildings. No, Zach. Cities can be rebuilt. Like, okay, dude. I guess it's really easy. I guess it's really easy to just kind of dismiss that as no big deal, you know? When it's somebody else, you know? It's nobody that they know. It's just some random, so they don't have any empathy. And to me, that's like a good mark of a sociopath, you know? Another one? Jeez. Okay, let's condenser vein. It'll probably die. Just kidding. No, it won't. Fully charged. Is there anything here I need to be afraid of while paralyzed? Yeah, getting like... This is like the billionth floating eye I've seen. It's horrid. Check it out. We are going to fear just for maximum safety. So he will not paralyze me. Just use AC. Yes, my armor class will protect me. I don't really want to be paralyzed next to Ettins. Let me put it that way. Yeah, that's why we're going to take a step back. Bro, does this have poison resist? No, it doesn't. Why is he not poisoned? You've got to be shitting me. AC? Oh, major destruction? No way, I don't have any indications. But seriously, like, imagine the... Okay, so let's say you're like a person whose business got burned down. Or you know somebody whose business got burned down. Or you're family members with somebody whose business got burned down. And you see this fucking just dickhead brand acting like, oh man, it's no big deal, bro, you just rebuild. Can you, after your whole livelihood has been destroyed? Is it really not that big of a deal? And ordinarily, if I saw someone saying something like that, I would think that it was just like some douchebag who had never owned anything or built anything in their lives, who doesn't really understand like the raw existential horror of watching your whole life sort of go up in flames. Because I gotta tell you, if I owned a business, a physical brick and mortar business, and it went up in flames, even if I had the proper insurance on it, that would be like a watershed moment in my life, you know, that would be, it would take so much time to fix that problem. So ordinarily I would assume, okay, this is just some kid saying this, but this was a brand account. I mean, probably run by some kid who doesn't know any better, but who gave them permission? Oh, this is an elevator vault, I can't get in there. Like, who gave them permission to run this account and say this stupid shit? Can't burn it if it's made of brick and mortar. What is this, the three pigs? I'll huff, and I'll puff. And I'll watch another floating eye spawn. What the hell? How many floating eyes? I've never seen this many floating eyes. Wild. Was there a question about poison gas in the game? Power made flesh. What's this about canceling? I am 100% not against canceling massive companies which are creating an inferior product and actively trying to make your life worse. I do not mind that one bit. I am largely against canceling when it comes to finding individuals or small businesses and throwing the massive unstoppable cudgel of public opinion directly on top of them, metaphorically speaking, and ruining their careers and lives and businesses. That to me is horrid. But boycotting a company like Sony because they fucking blow, of course that's okay. Oh, doesn't he says I don't think floating eyes breathe? That would explain a bit. I swear I've used clouds on them before. Okay, real talk. Why is clay so hard to find in every single brick game like Terraria and Minecraft? I remember trying to build like a brick house in Minecraft once and finding it really obnoxious to try to find clay. Yeah, acid would work because you don't need to breathe it in. Never found clay to be hard to find in Terraria. Maybe I just need to get good. Redstone home. It must be a working CPU. If it's not a working processor inside of the game, you have failed to build a proper house. If you cannot calculate basic arithmetic with your house in Minecraft, you failed. Okay. Have I told you about my friend who I convinced to build a bridge in Minecraft out of coal? Hey, Assassin Zero. Thank you for the sub.
Damn millennial.
Good sub message, bro. The coal bridge didn't go very well since it was in the nether. I'm assuming, I don't remember actually being able to place coal, but I'm assuming it can be caught on fire in the game. Yeah, that's a long-ass sub streak, dude. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Blocks is forever fire. Oh. Is there a way to be immune to fire? Because if so, you could just stroll across that and look like a Chad. Okay, I'm gonna dive. Again, not optimal, just like before, but I'm just saving time, that's all. Our character is strong enough to do it, so I will do it. Wow, we're not even level 27 yet, that's weird. Build a house out of beds. Don't beds explode for some reason in Minecraft? I seem to recall something weird happening with beds. Maybe I'm thinking of in the end only. Beds explode in the nether? So you can't have a bed in the nether, huh? I remember I was like abusing the nether to fast travel somehow. I think it's like for every tile you go in the nether you move like 30 tiles or something in the real world or something like that. Alright, this is now a Minecraft stream channel. This is our last DCSS run. Only Minecraft from this point forward. That's all. Oh no. Oh no, Power Made Flesh. A DCSS dungeon in Minecraft? That sounds kind of cool, actually. I feel you are being watched by something. Yeah, the one thing we don't have all the time right now is, see invisible. Oh no! Clowns on not Zot 5. How could this have happened? Part of a Minecraft community? I mean, Jesus, I don't know what I can even say about that and remain within the bounds of Twitch terms of service, but I hear there are some, shall we say, sketchy individuals who are committing certain felonies in that community, and I would perhaps not want to be associated with that in any way, shape, or form. There is a ghost moth right beneath me. We're just kind of swinging on it. I could equip my See Invisible, but I'm not going to bother. Green Eggs and Slam just like comes out and says it. It wouldn't surprise me, let me put it that way. It's just like constantly happening. Like dude, just stay away from the kids, man. It's not hard. Just don't. You know? Just don't do that. How hard could it be? Just don't do that. If you want to be a perv, do it with someone who is above the age of 18. It's not that hard, man. There are a lot of people like that out there who are above the age of 18 that you can perv on. You can get canceled for that too, I guess, but at least you at least you won't be you know, committing felonies at that point. I can only pick up, yeah, I can only pick up men in this chat. If I had to guess, I would assume there are not too many ladies watching my streams. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, I guess. Maybe you're all girls. Who knows? Okay. Okay, we've full cleared. We will magic map. I can't believe I'm doing this with Rampage on, but whatever. It works. Wouldn't it be funny if Rampage ended up killing this character? Hey, do we have mutation? We have one mutation. Oh, God. Guess I better not get mutated more. Maybe I'd have to go into the Ziggurat and pick up some potions of mutation. In a storm of hubris. I disagree. I think that either I will end up with like acid wands killing me in the early game, or I guess I could die right now if my intelligence goes to 0. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait, uh-oh. I think, does anybody know what the maximum amount of stat drain that a clown can do? It's at least 5, isn't it? Fuck me, I've gotta, I gotta play different. I gotta get a plus int, thing on. Six men, 2 of all stats rather. But can it hit 1 for 6? Or no? This goddamn mutation. It cannot hit 1 for 6. You sure about that? Dubious. We are going to wear this instead of poison resistance, just to be 100% sure that I cannot get instantly turned to stat 0. Unless I get teleported into a whole bunch of clowns. Seems like a code dive, yeah. Nice ring of int, plus 6, hell yeah. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Thanks, Doc. Haha. I would be a bit butthurt, let me tell you. These are beefy boys. Come on, acid, please. Nope, it's ice. That's okay, though. Their AC is all quite good, so we're gonna, try to debuff them, yeah? Wait, is that Roga? Oh, there is a Roga there. Come on, man. Look at me not landing this shit. It's just not hitting, let alone debuffing. Oh, God. How do I do this? Paralysis, maybe? Not susceptible. He is susceptible, he just has too much MR. Why are we fighting player ghosts? Because I saw a might potion, and I saw a cancel potion, and I got greedy. They don't have any, yeah, juicy loots. Okay, they don't have any debuffs, any hexes rather, so we're gonna Vuln. Okay, we're going to para. Not susceptible. Okay, I don't understand. Why would he not be? Because he was a formicid. I had no idea they get to keep that. That's cute as hell. Okay. What else can we do? Malcolm hasn't made a player ghost in 18 months. Did you actually check that? Even on my tournament account? Okay. Oh, just this account, yeah. That's true. I sure wish the formicid wasn't in front so I could do some paralysis. Okay, what am I doing? Let's drink a mite. And we'll just pound through these defenses like the champion that we are. If I can't just beat them with Arga, then what could I possibly do, you know? Yeah, I'm just gonna punch. Just tab. Based. Summon demons with my 0 invocations. The ultimate apostate. He punches for 50 with a weapon of speed. I am getting dabbed on a bit. That's right, that's just how greedy I am. How is your resistance? You have no resistance to cold, so you can just suck on some ice blasts, I guess. As I wait for you to get back to me. Got him. Dabbed. Memians. Let's self-heal a whole ton of times. Why not? Apparently I didn't need the mana from invocations. How much blink do we have? 8? Pretty based. Okay, we have a trapped Zot there. No trap over here. Well, we had double trapped nets on one side, Zod on the other the last time, so... Okay, we've been marked. That's a good time to haste then. Because they're assholes, Assassin Zero. Not to be too cheeky, but that's my official explanation. I have no idea, it's a really dumb name change, and I'm gonna do my best not to say it because it's, goofy. We drank Might, we're gonna smash this guy up quickly. I really hope he doesn't mutate me too much, because I only have 1 mutation potion, so if he gives me something that will make the orb run painful, then I'll be very sad. Let's get intelligence, so that I don't get memed on too much by clowns. Imara evoked the idea of Mr., which is emblematic of the patriarchy. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Put the haste back on. Crystal Spear for 70 damage. Beautiful. I'm going to burn a silence here. Just to stop that LCS. That mark was actually pretty helpful, to be honest with you. Alright, Clown Man, I don't fear you. I don't fear any of these guys when they're on their own, except for you. You have Iron Shot. I'm gonna try to just keep attacking, though. Okay, I do not think that MR magic resistance has anything to do with white supremacy at all. But who knows? Apparently everything has to do with that these days, according to certain people who have nothing better to do but to be upset about frogs, I guess. The concept of a dog whistle is comical to me, because it kind of intimates that you have the super secret power to identify the super secret Nazis who are communicating with each other all the time, secretly. But you have the magic power to spot this. So just listen to that guy with his ideas formulated in his little lefty echo chamber, and he'll tell you exactly who needs to be canceled. I'm sure that he'll always be right and never have his own agenda in the matter. Well, I mean, it just seems a sort of crazy, you know? By default, it just seems nuts on its face to me. Like hearing voices, you know? We are minus potion. I should be more careful. It's beast time. I am saying that 99 times out of 100, what they're labeling as fascist is just some guy who doesn't take their bullshit seriously, shall we say. Which to them is, for some reason, the same thing as fascism. They're happy to mock everybody who disagrees with them, but the second that you mock them, there's a problem, I guess. And this is how authoritarians have behaved essentially throughout history. There is a reason why only the court jester was really allowed to make jokes of the political nature once upon a time, and everybody else would be punished by the king, basically, if they criticized him. I have foolishly chilled out in front of a Zot trap. Let's fix that. Slightly left things being called communist. That does happen, I suppose. The problem is, the people calling you a communist for being slightly left or whatever, they don't have the power to cancel you in the same way that the people calling me a Nazi for maybe wanting some more border control. They have the power to close my accounts and shit. You just kind of have to deal with people saying mean words to you on the internet once in a while. It's a very different set of circumstances. Well, Antifa is just, they're just violent, you know? I don't know how anybody could argue otherwise. I guess you could say that they're authoritarian, but I mean, really, they're just hooligans, you know? Violent criminals. They're trying to get their way by burning down buildings, which I think everybody can agree on being wrong, but they have sort of psyoped themselves into believing that anything is justified in their minds, as long as they're fighting the power or whatever. In their minds, they are fighting against the ultimate evil. And when you trick yourself into thinking that, it's very easy to trick yourself into justifying all kinds of horrid behavior. Yes, fiery, but mostly peaceful, as the news says. A nice little picture of a gentleman in front of a burning gas station. Very peaceful. Let me teleport. Let me grab... Oh, I meant to wait 7 turns. Oh well. We'll be okay. Okay, we teleported to a good spot. Looks like my telly also triggered. Let's get out of here. Time for a nice smooth orb run. Super smooth. You know why it's going to be super smooth? Because I can blink whenever I want to. Get out of here, Stalker. Blowout soon, Stalker. I don't really need to blink here, but you know what? I have a billion blinks, so let's just do this. Still don't understand why they made it so you get to blink on the orb run. When? Now. That's exciting. Okay, let's take a step. We still have delayed tellies from the orb, but no anti-blink. Let's fog. Based. It makes saving blinks in main game count more. Yeah, but the thing is that every good player already did that. So it's like a kind of a rich get richer sort of scenario, if you think about it. But yeah, I agree. I guess that is one part of it. You wanted that change. Interesting. I actually don't like it, believe it or not. It's an interesting place where we disagree. I think that it trivializes Zot. I think that the stupid clown pie RNG horseshit should be removed, but the anti-blink thing really started to grow on me after a while. Not every player who makes it to end game. What now? Oh, do you think it's like overly punishing for newer players? Is that what you're saying? He isn't staying away for 2 games. Oh, for sure. I mean, and I guess it does create a situation where you would want to sit there and like farm in order to get more blink. You'll see me do that probably at some point on this streak for sure. But yeah, I don't know. That is a different issue for sure. Because there was already reasons to farm before that change. Different things. Farming mutation. I didn't check my mutations. This is fine. Oops, I should have checked that. Panlord, we're okay. Gotta fight this guy, he's faster than me. I don't know, this just feels way too easy now. I mean, then again, I guess if you had the right god, it trivialized the orb run anyway, so... I think it's going to kill a lot of the interesting narratives, is all I'm saying, where it's like you're at the end of the game and wacky things happen that, you know, are really dangerous at the last minute, you know? Now you would be hard-pressed to... You could make the worst Panlord ever. You would be hard-pressed to have it cause me an issue, as long as I still have Blink. Digging to make a nice little path. And there we are. Okay. GG. That was one game, one stream session.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Very good.
No-brain pussy! Fuck you!
Very good use of the rage channel points thing there, Green Eggs and Slam. Well done. Yeah, GG. Thank you guys for coming to the stream. I do appreciate the company and the sub from Assassin Zero and anyone else that I missed. That was game number 2. We have a 2 streak now for the purposes of the .26 tournament. And I believe that is our 56th game for streak outside of the tournament. Or including the tournament, I should say. What's next? Good question. I can play whatever I want, really, as long as it's not a Wanderer, a Paleontonga, a Deep Dwarf, or a Warper. Although, I'm going to want to avoid, just for the sake of keeping this beautifully aesthetic, I'm going to want to avoid any of these as well. Do streaking points cap out in the Neo tournament? Yes, they do. You still can only get 24 because you cannot repeat a species or a class, or a background, rather. You might see me do something else that's easy, you might not. Maybe an Artificer, since it's hard to lose Artificer. Maybe I'll play like a difficult species. Maybe I will do a Nemelex choice, which is one of the... That was actually, the Paleontonga Wanderer was a Nemelex choice, actually. which is kind of a random smattering of combos that are worth extra points in the tournament if you do them quickly enough. Although I'm not exactly playing fast here. Tengu Abyssal Knight, oh god. That sounds a little bit hellish. We could maybe do it though. I don't think I want to do a Tengu Abyssal Knight. That sounds very unsafe on D1. That looks like that's the current Nemelix choice. But yeah, I don't know. You get full XP for banishing now? Well, I mean, okay. Doesn't really help me on D1 when I'm just like getting my ass kicked by the knoll or the adder or whatever that shows up with my tiny little HP, like praying that my enchanted spear gets me there. Irrelevant change for AKs. True. There have been quite a few choices that have been open over 24 hours. That's true, yeah. Although the ones that take a really long time to play are generally there because they're difficult to win consistently. I would not want to play a Tengu Abyssal Knight, for example, and if I did, I would not want to play it quickly at all. Just really, really tough. Not a combo that really lends itself well to working together. Tengu is not really much of a melee dude with his low HP, and AK kind of wants to be a melee guy. Anyway, we'll see. No promises as to the next game yet. But it'll be, I assure you it will be something that's not on this big list here. Outside of that, actually, big list including the Palantonga Wanderer. Anyway, yeah, that'll be it for the stream. I do hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. We could play Phalid, perhaps a Phoebe if we haven't played one yet, or maybe a Fear. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I am signing out. Did you know that there are many ways that you can help support this channel? Read about them on rosecrypto.com/support. At Rose Crypto, you can learn all about cool things like the Brave web browser, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.